What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to another amazing episode of the Fair Shake Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Fats, aka the Beast. Can I get it for the one time? And now introducing the rest of my cast, starting with the captain.
Everybody. It's your boy Chris, aka Killer Ghost. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this episode. On to the next host.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. Another one. I'm officially a lock character, so on to pro.
Good morning, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Whatever time you're listening to this today. We're gonna start off with yesterday's news today. So, on the gaming side, Paper Mario: The Origami King to release July 17th, seemingly out of nowhere. No one expected. I certainly as hell didn't expect it, and I'm looking forward to it because my last favorite Paper Mario game was the Thousand Doors. I thought that was the best one in my opinion. Assassin's Creed Valhalla to run at 30 frames per second minimum on next gen, and supposedly running 30 frames per second on the X series, and Ubisoft is to blame for that. I think it's bad PR for Microsoft, and I think a lot of people are gonna get turned down by that. But what are you gonna do? PS5 released a tech demo, and the graphics look fucking amazing. I really encourage you guys to go out there and search for it. It was from Epic Games. They have a new engine running, Unreal 5, I think it is, and t- phenomenal. On that side, PS5 supposedly has a better SSD than most high-end PCs. And if you guys know what an SSD is, it helps with loading stuff faster, playing things better. Just in general, SSD, most people go out to buy them nowadays to have games run faster and smoother and have less load times on their consoles. And to close up the game side, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 coming soon to current consoles and next gen. I know you guys played it. I know Fats for sure played it. I'm looking forward to that as well. On the movie front, Russell Crowe has a new film coming out called Unhinged. That's the guy who played the Gladiator. He's really fucking fat now. So, I want to see how he plays this because I think the last movie that came out that he had was called The Good Guys, and that was with the guy that played Drive and in thing I forget. Everyone loves him.
Quartz, I heard he fucked
Um,
up.
and then Boba Fett is coming to the Mandalorian next season. I can't wait. I really want to know how is that he either survived the getting eaten by a fucking butthole worm, and or if this is before that event or after. So that's that. Batman movie to be the darkest of the last decade. I don't see how. I still think the Christopher Nolan ones are the best ones. The Ben Affleck Batman is probably my favorite one, but who knows? And then Amazon is supposedly in the works of buying the AMC theaters. Me personally, we giving too many big corporations their hand in everything, and like Chris said, who said are you gonna be on when it all goes down? And to close it up, the music. Drake dropped mixtape, Dark Lane demo tapes, and I absolutely love it. I play it when I'm about to have the sexy time, and um, it has really good vibes. And then Bad Bunny also dropped one during quarantine. It's called Las que no iban a salir, and that album is fire, in my opinion. Um, Finna get Mangoose No Huevo after this, and now on to the show.
All right, thank you, bro. Thank you. I love that segment. God knows I don't fucking keep up with shit. Um, so let's get into the segment that we've been doing for a couple episodes already, and it's rating and ranking Marvel movies in chronological order. So last week we did Iron Man 1 and Captain Marvel, as you guys saw in the last episode. This week we were watching Iron Man 2 and The Incredible Hulk. not to be mixed with Hulk, that trash ass fucking movie, but the Incredible Hulk, which was slightly better. Um, so I'm gonna pass it off to Chris first. Chris is gonna start us off with this conversation.
We doing Iron Man 2 first, right?
Yeah, Iron Man
That
2.
so that movie so far of the movies we saw is my favorite. Like it's the to me it's the closest to being a like a perfect movie out of all the ones we saw so far. It's funny. It has a lot of it has drama in it. Um, Iron Man. Well, basically Tony Stark's dying and shit in the movie, and he then my fault. He fights his friend Rhodey in it, and that's a pretty good fight scene. There's a lot of good fight scenes in this one. The villain is not all that
Whiplash,
to
right?
me. Yeah, he's not all that to me, but like all the fight scenes, the funny scenes is like near perfect. If it, well, we do the ratings after, so I'll wait for the ratings. Whoever wants to take over the reins.
Um, real quick, I just want to mention
I'll
that
take it.
when he fights his boy Rhodey, that's when Don Cheeto takes over that character. So
Yeah, I was gonna also say thanks for reminding me. I feel like he's a way better roadie than the guy that we're originally
mhm.
gonna use.
Terrence
Yeah,
Howard.
they made the right choice in changing him. Oh, and,
I
Scarlett
mean, he
Johansson,
just won.
that's a fine woman.
That was also the introduction of her
Yeah,
character as
Yeah,
well. Am I right? Okay. I mean, they introduced a whole bunch of characters. Uh, so the birth of War Machine in the MCU, the birth of the Black Widow. Um, I think that I agree with Chris. Is it's probably my favorite movie so far that we've watched. Um, I watching the movie, I just kept thinking to myself, damn, this dude Tony Stark is a fucking genius. Like the shit that he went through in the first movie, and then going through the shit that he did in this movie, with him dying and the shit just intoxicating his bloodstream, and then him creating a new
it was
fucking
called
element to save
I
his
had it in my
life.
notes. I'm trying to remember the Palladium Core, right? Mhm.
Yeah,
nice.
and he created it, but it's also given from the blueprints that his father left him. So just speaking in that generation, you can see how fucking smart that that bloodline is. You know what I'm saying? And just the way um this dude portrayed Tony Stark in the movie, it was just phenomenal. Like his acting, I think they picked the best fucking person to play him. Watching the movie, I was watching it with my fiance, and she asked me, after all these movies or whatever, could you pick a different Iron Man, or who would you pick? And honestly, I was speechless. I couldn't give her an answer. Still can't give you an answer for that.
Um, I don't see someone playing another Tony if it isn't Tony coming back to reprise it in any shape or form. But I would like to see a new Iron Man, and this would be Iron Woman called Iron Heart, I believe. And that's the in the comics they get a black girl to play her, to play the new Iron Man, and
Hmm.
Tony Stark becomes a hologram, like a conscious hologram almost, and he raises her. Well, doesn't raise her, but like shows her the reins of how to be a hero. For me, like the way Chris mentioned earlier, him and Brody have the fight or whatever, Rhodey, and you could tell that it was Brody. What is it, Brody or Rhodey? I can never get that right. Rhodey, okay.
Rhodey with
It's
R.
So
Rhodey.
Rhodey,
It's Rhodey
he's like
R.
you're getting reckless. You're doing all this shit. It Remember how I said I like the transition from the last one where he's like he starts off as an asshole, then he realizes who he is, and then he becomes this guy like I am the fucking man. Well, that continues, because he has that whole drunken scene, and that's what leads to them fighting back and forth. And then he's like, you know what, fuck this. Rhodey's like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna take the armor, and it's mine now. He leaves. You know, during that time, he's still going through like different things with Pepper Potts. Like at one point, you could tell there's like a romance going on, but then not really. You know, and she wants him to be a better person, and he's like, whatever. You know, Whiplash, although he's not my favorite villain, I like that he was he was smart enough to manipulate the weapon, like the hardware to him, to his needs. Cause that whole scene when Tony's racing down and then he just is fucking blasting all these cars, walking boom boom. I thought that was fire.
It's
And then
fire.
they throw him the suitcase and he grabs the suitcase and he goes like to a more thinner, more sleek Iron Man. You know, and I like that, and I saw the real struggle that Tony had when he got his ass beat, because he got his ass beat. Um, in my opinion, when it comes to out of the recent ones that we saw, I am there with you, Fats. I do believe that it's better than the first one. Um, it built on the story. It didn't go too far of itself, too ahead of itself. So, swing it to Kev.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, I like this one, but I enjoyed the first one better. I don't know why. The villain in this one, it didn't do anything for me. It was just like pretty meh, you know.
You didn't like the bud. You didn't like
Nah,
the
fuck that
bud.
shit. Um, the whole shit with
I want my
the whole
bud.
the only thing that like really like caught my attention is like the whole fight scene with Black Widow. They were like ODing, super dramatizing it. They like kept zooming in on her face every time she took somebody down. I was like, bro, what's going on here?
While Happy was fighting the other dude.
Yeah, bro. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? They keep zooming in on her face.
He was like, I got him. I got this one. And he look, it's like six dudes on the
Yeah,
floor
and then
fucked
when
up.
this when War Machine, when he went to shoot the little missile that the dude gave him and it didn't do anything, that shit was dumb funny.
Funny, yeah.
The
Yeah.
ex-wife.
But yeah, I felt like I like to see Iron Man like being braggadocious and being like a douche and sarcastic. But I don't know, I just this one didn't really do it for me.
How you didn't like the last fight scene with the and what is that? What is that called? Like goddamn it, I can't remember the fucking like fake forest shit.
With
Yeah,
the
they're fighting
drones,
like in that fake forest. You didn't like that part?
I didn't like how it
Oh,
finished.
I could see that.
I thought it was cheesy. Right? Okay.
sure. So what y'all rating it?
Um, I gave it a solid 3.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what
I
I was
I
gonna go
I
with, a
enjoyed
solid
the
3.
film. Like I said, I like it better than the first one because it didn't what you call it, go too ahead of itself. And I am gonna agree, kind of contradicts myself saying that that move, the first one, I gave it like a 4.5, but I like that one because it was the first of its kind at that time. You understand? But I think that if I continue with these given the Iron Man high scores, is gonna be biased, and I think 3 is a solid placeholder for it, in my opinion.
I was gonna give it a 4 to be honest, because it's my favorite one so far out of the ones we saw. At no point I like was falling asleep like the other ones. Like I was wide awake during the whole thing. I was interested, engaged. So me is like a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, like I said, I would give it like a solid 3. It was pretty good, not phenomenal. You know, it was good, middle of the road.
I meet it in the middle. I give it in the middle 3.5 between
What does
four and
that
Three and
three.
a
average
half.
out to?
Yeah.
3.5, I think. Alright. Hulk, right? Incredible Hulk now.
Yeah,
This is not to
Incredible
be
Hulk, not
confused
the
with the other
fucking,
Um,
ass one. So this
not
is
the
the
regular
Edward
Hulk.
Norton one.
yeah, this one I I actually like this one. It's like you know how I was saying. Well, you were saying pro that you don't like the real
Hmm.
origin movies. This one, out of all of them, is like even though it's not a
Yeah,
part two or whatever, it's supposed to be an origin movie, but they like you see how they skip all
yeah,
that
It's not
shit in the
really
beginning.
origin.
Like they I
yeah.
actually like that a
You
lot.
see,
Like
like the
it's not
difference
like
in the way the film is. It gives it a different tone because we don't have to expect him to get
yeah,
his powers. He already has his powers and
yeah,
he's going through
exactly.
conflict already. You know?
Yeah, I really like that. And there's I don't know if you guys saw that the Spanish chick that he like was gonna go take to lunch or whatever when he was
Oh
working
yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
factory. She was
Yeah.
bad.
I
She
mean,
was
he gets
bad.
the shit slapped out of him by his trainer. He's like,
But still. Oh yeah, when he was learning
and
how
then
to
you see
breathe and stuff.
see
I
his
like that
fucking
too. That he
you
had the
see
little
his beatbox
watch.
fucking turn into like a slug and shit. Is going left, right, up,
Like
entering cheat codes with
he
his
turned
stomach
into
and
a
shit.
belly
Mhm.
dancer. But yeah, I really like this movie. Him running away from like the government and stuff. The only thing I don't like is the love interest. I felt like she did a bad job acting. Like every time she would say Bruce, it was like she was
Hmm.
whispering that shit. And I don't know. I just didn't like her as an actress. But the Edward Norton,
Yeah,
that's his name, right? The
yeah.
actor who played I think he did good.
Yeah.
The sergeant, whatever. He's in future movies too, right? That same guy or
General
no?
Ross. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
yeah
that's
he's
him, right?
in
Or no?
he's the hologram they're talking to in when they start in the Wachovia Award the Wachovia Accords or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's an asshole. I like him. I like how he plays a bad
Mhm.
guy. But everybody else as an actor, I didn't like the guy who played Abomination at all. I didn't think he was a good actor. I loved when Hulk kicked it. He was like, "That all you got?" He kicked the shit out of
Oh
him and he
yeah.
hit that tree.
That's probably the best
Bro,
part of the movie.
yo, that shit was hilarious, bro. But yeah, I really like. I if for being an early movie, is
Hmm.
not that bad.
Yeah, most definitely. I enjoyed the movie a lot. Like that's probably one of my favorite Marvel movies that's come out. Like the Hulk being my favorite Avenger, I just love the movie. Um, the whole aspect of the movie. I actually when they casted Mark Ruffalo to play uh the Hulk, I was kind of upset because I really want the Edward Norton
Really,
to play the
bro?
Hulk in the
When my
Avengers.
turn comes, I'll let
Yeah,
you know.
but when once the movies came out, like I made peace with it. You know, Mark Ruffalo did do his thing. Um, I just I just didn't see Mark Ruffalo as an action actor. Especially the movie that I saw with him in before I found out that he was gonna play the Hulk. Like fucked up my image of him. So, but he did a good job.
Kev,
I can't
anything?
complain.
Nah, movie's
Okay, so
trash.
then I'll say this. For starters, I'm at a crossroads with this film because I love the fact that it's again not a full blown origin story, but it starts in the middle. You know, um, arguably not one of the best um foes. I think Abomination and the Hulk universe is not like, in my opinion, his better enemy or whatever you want to call him. But just like story wise, it was okay. It was meh in my opinion. The action scenes did come through. They showed out. But I remember when I saw this movie, I was with my wife, her grandmother, may she rest in peace, and someone else I can't remember. And it was funny because she like barely understood English, or maybe she like pretended to not understand English. That's how I felt. But I remember we was walking out of the theater and she was walking like boom, 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 and this lady was like 70 something years old, and I just thought it was funny.
Hmm.
I think that was probably one of my better highlights of that film was something that was not even in the film. Him running away from everybody getting chased down, and this was another one where what's his name, Stanley did the cameo where he drank the soda pop and he died from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, added like a extra kick when he drank it.
Mhm.
Um, may he rest in peace as well.
Yeah.
The later half of the film, the whole fight scene in Harlem was okay. I wasn't like blown away by it. Personally, I don't like the Edward Norton um pick. I think Mark Ruffalo was the better choice in the long run, and the reason why he didn't make it into the future films was because Edward Norton wanted to write the story. He wanted to do some like wild ass fucking story. I don't know what story it was, but that's why he didn't make it in.
Yeah, he was bugging out.
Mm.
I thought he
Nah,
wanted
nah.
like more money
He
or
wanted to
something.
write the script to it, and they were like, you know what, this is not gonna work. Blah blah blah. So take the high road.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I felt like Fat felt like I don't see him like as
who
being
Mark?
Hulk.
Nah, for some reason
No,
I
that.
liked it more because it was how he was written in the comics. He was more like genius eccentric, like that was his thing, and then he had the whole Jekyll and Hyde fight going back and forth, which I enjoyed.
Hmm.
Um, but when it came to the CGI, I even more hated this Hulk over the first one because the first one he felt more like him. Like I don't know, the way they worked the CGI to match the way Mark Ruffalo works like looks, I think was the best in my opinion. But
Did you catch the little?
no, go ahead.
My fault to cut you off. Did you catch the little Easter egg with the original
Oh yeah,
guy who
yeah.
played
Oh, he
Hulk
was
and
like sending the
they
pizza.
gave the
Yeah.
pizza to?
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Luke Ferrigno.
that dude
Hmm.
is brolic, bro.
But again, on the rating front of this, I would have to give it a 2.5. Not my
Yeah, I agree with
favorite
that.
Hulk at all. Not one of my favorite films. It's definitely gonna beat Captain Marvel, but that's where it stands with me.
Yeah.
For me too, it's a 2.5. Another thing I wanted to mention, watching these in chronological, sometimes the after credits don't make sense, but you know it's not supposed because you're not really
Hmm.
supposed to watch it chronological, I guess. But this one actually kind of did because it showed like the guy going to Tony Stark asking for
Hmm.
his help and stuff. And after watching Iron Man 2, it kind of made sense. But other than that, yeah, I think it's a 2.5 also.
Gentlemen,
Fights.
Well, I know Kevin's gonna lowball this, so I'm gonna give I'm gonna give it a 3 so it can average out to
I
2.5.
give it a two. It was pretty.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah, it was okay. It was a good movie.
That's that's not as bad as I thought. So
our last list,
I was about to lie.
our last list
rankings.
was
It
Iron
was
Man one, the first one, Captain America for second place, and Marvel for last place. Captain Marvel for last place.
so Iron Man 2, is it better than Captain Marvel? Yes or no?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hell
Alright,
yeah.
is it better than Captain America?
No.
No. No.
Oh, Fats?
I
I think
think
so
so.
too. That's so this is tough. So yeah, you two don't think it's better than Iron Man 1 either.
No.
No.
Like I said, I know it contradicts itself because I said I do like this one a lot. Is my probably my favorite Iron Man film, but I prefer the first one because it was the originator of the origin films, and it was the one that kicked off the whole universe.
So not better than Captain America.
Hell
No,
no.
I don't think so.
What? Alright, so how we doing this if it's two and two?
Um,
Well,
yeah,
we already
so
rated, did we?
by the number rating,
So it goes
so
by the rating.
Wasn't Cap
kind of lost you there. What was that?
I think
Two
Cap
point
was the
five.
2.5,
Right. So whatever it
if
is,
I remember
I'll
right.
concede and
Cap two
I'll
point
give you
five.
guys the vote on it. Place it wherever you guys feel right.
Hell no, I'm gonna fucking die on this hill. That shit is not better than fucking Captain America.
How is it not though,
Bro, Captain America is way better.
bro? This movie's way funnier. The action scenes are way better. There's no fucking
The Star Spangled Man.
montage of them going to different
Leave the montage
places
alone,
and shit.
bro.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I'll give y'all Iron Man 1, but it gotta be over Captain America.
Alright,
Can we agree
Yeah,
on that?
I
alright.
conceded on that one. So Iron Man 1,
All right, so far as
then
number
Iron Man
two.
2 as 2, Captain America 1 as 3, and Captain Marvel is 4 right now. And then we got to put Hulk somewhere.
Yeah, now the Hulk. All right, is Hulk better than
Yes.
Captain Marvel?
Yes.
Kev?
Better than Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
You don't even have to ask me that.
Is it better than Captain
No.
America?
No.
I
All
don't
right,
know.
so that's where it's at. Because I
So
don't think
Iron
so either.
Man 1 as 1, Iron Man 2 as number 2, Captain America 3, The Incredible Hulk is 4, and Captain Marvel is 5.
Yes, I can sleep
Yeah,
at
I'm
night
fine
with
with that
that
shit.
so far.
I don't think Captain Marvel is gonna.
There might be one movie worse than it. We'll see.
I don't think it's gonna leave that bottom.
Because I
There's one
think
movie in that list that I could see it being the worst. Having ties.
Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
don't.
what you
yeah, yeah.
mean.
I'm trying to think. Oh wait, I do. Forget it. I think. No, not
Hell yeah.
even. I think Captain Marvel is
No,
gonna
no,
come in
no.
last.
Wow.
I don't
Really?
think so.
I'm trying to think of all
I
the movies right
you
now.
you want me to
No,
tell
don't
you?
say it.
No.
I know what it is.
But I honestly, my honest opinion, I think Captain Marvel is
All
gonna come
right,
in
boys.
last.
So next two are
Yeah, because Fantastic Four is not part of the MCU.
and listeners, if you watching along, the next two movies are Thor and the Avengers.
The first Thor and the first Avengers.
Yes. So I'm
That's a
looking
good.
forward
That's a
to
good
those
Yeah.
two,
couple.
yeah.
Avengers for me.
All right.
I'm actually looking forward to those two.
Yeah. Nice. So, on the topic of Marvel, right? I was wondering, and I told you my favorite Avenger is the Hulk, but it's not my favorite like Marvel character. Compared to saying stating the whole Marvel. So here's my question to y'all: Who is your favorite Marvel character
Darth Vader.
I'm gonna start with you.
Uh
out of out of
Darth
all
Vader.
hero villain
characters?
doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
he's part of
Vader.
the Marvel universe now. Owned by Disney.
He is, but come
Now let me
on.
stop.
Um, I'm gonna start with this one.
I was
Nah.
about to fight you on that.
I will
What
have to
happened, Kev?
say my favorite would have to be Vision. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all.
Oh my god.
Oh nah, I was about to take a
Nah,
cab to
nah.
you,
Imagine.
hit you with the stunner real quick.
Nah, it would have to be Captain America because the first movie,
Hey.
I like what he stands for. He's real. He doesn't like. He doesn't really like to kill anybody. He just wants to protect everyone. He doesn't like bullies and stuff like that. He just wants to make sure that everybody's safe. I like that he's smart and he all he has is like the super soldier thing, you know. But I don't know. I just feel like he's my favorite character because he's the most purest. He doesn't have any hidden agendas or anything like that.
I like how you described him in those words. The purest.
For me, anybody who knows me knows it's the Punisher. That's my favorite Marvel character.
Russo.
Um,
Russo.
he has no superpowers, but he's a badass. And I always liked Punisher, and then even more when what's his name? The guy who plays Shane in Walking Dead. I don't remember his actual name,
I think
but
his last name is
when he
Batman.
Yeah,
played
he
him
got
in
a
the
fucking hard
show,
last name to pronounce.
when when he played him in the actual Netflix show, it like times 10. I like the character even more. So yeah, it's always been Punisher.
Well, according to my name, my favorite character, Marvel character, is the Beast
Hmm.
from
Yep.
X Men. Yeah, that's my favorite. He's fucking smart. He's a savage, and that's how I look at night. So
Oh, you always
hairy
sad
and blue.
bendito. Um, I have a few 'cause I
Hey,
love
bro,
Marvel's heroes and
because
stuff. And right, yeah, yeah, he's
your
not.
boy Darth
But
Vader's not a nah.
right before we had to go through this fucking goddamn quarantine, I was excited to play with one of our friends, Hero Clicks. And if you guys don't know this game, it's basically you get to play with these little figures that have stats on them, and you pretty much the guy who's running the game makes the story and whatever. And I was really looking forward to that. I love Marvel. I prefer it over DC in my opinion, but to each their own. I have a few. I love Silver Surfer. I always thought he was interesting. That he's helping what's his guy's name Galactus feed on the worlds or whatnot. You know, to save his the rest of his family or whatever it was. I love Onslaught. That's when Magneto and Professor Xavier fuse. Fucking beast.
Yeah,
Um, who else I like?
ODBs.
I like Spider Man. I think Spider Man is great. I never liked Dark. What's his name? Daredevil. I think he's kind of ass. Not because he's blind. I just didn't find him interesting. Um, there's a bunch, but if I had to choose, like I think top one would probably be Spider
Top
Man. I've always
favorite.
enjoyed him. He was always funny, quirky. He's just fun. I'm actually watching on Disney Plus the Spider Man ones, the original ones, and the show holds up so well. You
Hmm.
know, And I don't know if you guys do this, but when I
Okay.
watch like animation of things, I like to see how they draw like physics of certain things, like the way their clothes rustle in the wind or whatever, and the way the hand movements and stuff, and they really held up. Um, so yeah, I think Spider Man.
Yeah. Okay. Now you mentioned DC, and you said that you preferred Marvel over DC, and I respect that. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody has their own opinions. Now, with that being said, who's your favorite DC
Oof.
character?
Probably just Batman, honestly, and I think it's because Batman, he was just always the DC character that I would just see everywhere, Um, Aquaman talks to fish, so we're gonna call him Fish Boy. Superman is just too fucking brolic every single time. Like but there's a moment in the comics where he becomes like Superman Prime, basically a god, and he's able to like move
Yeah.
planets. Um, he's able to like bring people to life. I think by like vibrating them or some shit. I'm not sure. He gets his power from the sun. Um, and I don't know. I think he's just like he's not what like Captain America is. Even though Captain America has the super serum, and and Superman has the what is it? The fucking kryptonite weakness. Like
Yeah.
Captain America can actually die. You understand? Like he's never actually got hit by a fucking bullet, but I'm pretty sure he could die. Whereas Superman is like you have everything has to be so super specific. Like you have to either block out the sun or have kryptonite that somehow everybody fucking has from a planet that got destroyed. Which makes no sense. But
Mhm.
again, I digress. So yeah, just Superman. I don't like him, and I think Batman would be the guy that I default to in the DC universe.
Well, I have to intervene on that one because my favorite DC character is Superman.
Here we
But
go.
then that's the thing though, because what makes Superman better than the other heroes? But that's what I'm saying. I
He's
get
fucking
that. I
super.
get that. But
Duh.
he runs up against the Flash, right? The
Nah.
Flash is the fastest known thing at one point in the comics written because he's able to like do everything I think through kinetic energy or some shit. Like he got to get everything in like the known universe to like work
Yeah.
together. But then Superman, he gets written in such a way where he's just always gonna be that super, you know? He's always like fucking Batman is gonna die of old
Hmm.
age. You understand? Superman is fucking gonna die at probably like
Hmm.
thousands years down because he doesn't age normally. He still kind of has like the slowing aging process, and then he becomes a literal fucking god. There
Yeah.
is a
I mean,
story though that I do like where
I mean,
Batman he gets a hold of the or of the fucking what's it called? The I what's the fucking green people called? That they use the rings? Yeah, he gets the Lantern Corpse
the Latin
rings, and
Corps.
he becomes at one point like the strongest fucking person. I think he even gets turned to evil for a little bit. If I'm wrong, someone correct me, please. But I can't really fuck around with Superman because of the way he's written. But go ahead.
Um, but I mean, it's not like he was given those powers or he was born. I mean, technically, you can say he was born with those powers, but it's in his DNA. And the
Hmm.
fucking yellow sun is what enhanced him. Because if he was on Krypton, he wouldn't have no powers. None of his people had powers on Krypton. It was only the yellow sun is what brought them out. So it's not like okay, Captain America got the syndrome that enhanced all his capabilities and abilities and agility in his body, but Superman is even with that, Superman is he still stands for something where he
Hmm.
doesn't like to kill as well. If he can avoid killing, you know,
Um,
he'll avoid it. And no matter what the situation is, he always goes forth and he tries to
there
save
was
save everyone around.
DC film that I was gonna catch, but I never like really had the time to, I guess. But with all the time in the world now, I probably should look to it. Was where Superman landed in Russia instead of USA. So I heard it's supposed to be really good,
Yeah, I
but
want to see that too.
If I can go
But
next,
yeah, my favorite
if
Superman.
I could go next, I was gonna say Batman too, but to be honest, I think mine is gonna be Joker, cause like honestly, to me, out of all comics, out of all Marvel, DC, whatever, I think he's the most iconic villain out of everybody. Like, he definitely has no powers. He's skinny as fuck. He could barely fight, but he always is
which is
outsmarting
weird,
Batman.
right?
Like,
Because Batman is the fucking smartest person on planet Earth.
yeah, he be outsmarting him. Yep, that's why I like him so much. And then
Well, I think Batman is the second smartest human.
then like he's always catching. Like, I don't know if you guys played well, obviously you have the Arkham games. Like, he's always catching Batman in those.
Hmm.
Like, he's always outsmarting him. He always ends up being like the main bad guy, even though like you fight
Hmm.
other people. And
Hmm.
like he says, there's no Batman without Joker. So
True.
that's what makes him. And then all the people that played him or voice acted him have done really good jobs. So except for Jared Leto,
Welcome.
I mean, he didn't get no chance.
but
He didn't get a chance to.
that's besides the point. So Kev,
I hate to keep bringing up the name, but my favorite would be Batman.
hey,
I don't know. It just to me personally, it's not nothing like crazy. It's just the nostalgia factor. I've always watched the Batman cartoons, watched the Batman movies. with Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr.
Oh
Freeze.
yeah, I forgot
Um,
about that. It's time to
yeah,
freeze.
but I
Yeah.
just it's more nostalgia for me. I always loved the Batman movies, and I love the way they started doing like the newer ones, the newer depictions, like the Arkham Knight and all those other movies. They made them a lot more realistic, a lot more
Hmm.
darker, and it's just something that I
So, are
enjoyed
you looking
watching.
forward to the new Batmans? Because I did mention that earlier, how they looking to make this the darkest ones. Well, in terms of dark, but like the most grittiest one where things, I guess, blood, gore, or some shit like that, like a darker tone feel.
Maybe start killing.
Um, I'm optimistic, but I'm not gonna,
Hmm. You giving it its
just
fair shake. That's what you're saying.
yeah, basically. I'm optimistic. Hopefully it's good. If it's not, then
I,
whatever. Yeah.
but there
There'll be
is
another Batman.
um what you call it? Because there is a show that I do like, and it's because my kids watch it. Um, the Teen Titans. You know how they make, yeah. No, not that one. The original
Teen
one. I
Titans
like the
Go.
original one.
The original one
Yeah,
is
the
way
Yeah,
better.
original
because
one is good.
Yeah, the
but I
original one is
like the
good.
newer one because they have like quirky little songs and shit. And recently we
Hmm.
had saw the Teen Titans film. Teen Titans Go to the Movies, and my 6 year old, he's always singing the song, so it has a nice little hook to it. And whenever he's watching it, I'll sit down and I watch it with him. But like I said, when it comes to DC, man, I don't know. I'd probably say if it was group wise, I would go with the Teen Titans. They're, cute, they're fucking funny, they're relatable. Not that the other ones aren't, but
You say you like
yeah,
Marvel
absolutely,
more, right?
tenfold.
I'm actually on the other side. I kind of like DC more. I feel like
You're a heathen.
it's their stories are
Which
better.
one?
Marvel has just in
Which
general not the
in
movies,
comic
but
wise?
the anime comics. Yeah, anime movies. I mean animated movies better than Marvel.
Yeah, I give you that.
Um,
Wait, you didn't like what, a Hulk was versus Wolverine? That was a fire fucking animation one.
my favorite like off topic. My favorite Marvel like stories like comic wise is the one that they like everybody I forgot it's a Punisher one. It's like everybody's dead or some shit
Hmm.
or they zombies or something. That's
Well, I
like my
have a
favorite one.
few good
Like I
stories.
don't
Like Old Man Logan is pretty much when Wolverine gets old.
oh
That comic
that
is
one's
good, and this
good,
has like
yeah.
what, 6, 7 issues.
But what you putting up there with Killing Joke Batman? Like
Hmm. I agree. Now you come
that
for
one's
a
top
crutch there
tier.
because I have that. I also have it was a short print, but it was like it's Batman and it's the owl. I forgot their they called the like the Order or some shit. Look, I fucking love it.
The quarter hours.
The
The quarter
animation,
hours.
the illustration is phenomenal. The story is great. So
Are you talking about the one with his
that they
that he
have like
finds out he has a
yeah, that they
brother?
were supposed to be the rich people in Gotham.
No, but that Bruce Wayne has a
No, I gotta
brother
see. I haven't read
working
it
for
that
the
far. I
quarter
have maybe up
hours.
to issue like 15 or something, but it's in
Oh,
my comic book collection.
Soiled it.
whoops.
Soiled it.
um,
That's just me though.
My bad.
nah, but I think that Marvel has, in my opinion, the better stories because like I said, Old Man Logan was fire. When Spider-Man, when they started coming out with the Miles Morales ones, fire. Superior Spider-Man, fire. Um, the Deadpool's great. There's one comic I won't ever talk about because it was shit, and it's the Avengers one, that they based it off like the fucking movies. This was a few years back, and it was fucking trash. But I think they have, in my opinion,
Hmm.
the better stories.
The Civil War comic
I
was really
have
good too.
um Secret
Better
Invasion.
than
I
the
have
movie.
on the place I get. I used to go to two places to get my comic books. One out in Third Ave. That place I don't go there anymore because it's too out of the way. But the one on Fordham Road is the one that I would have the guy stack up comics for me of whatever's being issued new, and I would just go through them and just take like stacks of them shits home. Um, I'm a reader, so sometimes I prefer reading over watching things, but that's just me.
Okay. So Chris, you made a mistake, right?
What?
You said you said that you thought that DC had better anime instead of animation, and that brought to my head, since we're on the conversation of favorite characters, what are your favorite anime characters? Just to
Uh,
throw that in there.
Uh, just one.
I mean,
That's,
fuck it.
re- Release the
I mean,
fucking
I
Kraken, cause
mean,
I'm
yeah,
about
it
to
could
go all out.
you give it
oh my god.
Oh god.
you give me a top three.
Um, I'll let Pro grow so he could
All
release his
right,
cracking.
now let me stop. I love JoJo. Almost all the JoJos from fucking
Which one?
the second generation one is probably my favorite. The second or the third. I love the second one because he fights with the bells,
Jonathan?
right? And
It's
he's
Jonathan, right?
fucking
Or
beast and
no?
disrespectful, bro, with bells. You getting your ass beat with bells. I'm not talking about regular bells. I'm talking about the ones that jingle. Like the ones on Christmas and they jingle, 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 jingle. Beast. Deku from My Hero Academia.
Yeah,
Um, I love
of
him
course.
because he starts out powerless in the show where everybody has fucking powers. But my favorite character in My Hero, and I know eventually the time is gonna come when he's no longer on the show, is All Might. Um, I love Itachi from fucking Naruto. I love
Naruto.
Luffy from One Piece. I also love one of my favorite characters there, but until he shows up and gets his ass beat, one of the like main people, Whitebeard in Attack on Titan. I love Levi. Fucking disrespectful. He's fucking
As a man.
disrespectful. Let me see. Those are all like the mainstream media ones, like the ones that everybody really knows about. Um, shit, there's so many. I fucking caught a brain fart. But I'll pass the reins though.
All right, I'm gonna make mine quick and simple. My top three going from 3 to 1 is Bakugo from My Hero. Two is Kakashi from Naruto, and one it got to be Vegeta from DBZ.
For me, if I'm going the same way, it's probably three is Levi from Attack on Titan. He's just a beast. Just that fight alone with the Beast Titan, like, makes him up there. Um, I gotta see number two. Number two is probably Gohan from DBZ. He was my favorite character back in the day. I'm talking about like
Team Gohan.
Cell Saga
Yeah.
Gohan, yeah. That's the Gohan I'm talking about. And number one is probably from the same show, Goku, cause like even though he's like Superman, like he always wins and shit. But it's like if in the anime, let's say if you're in the anime world, if you gotta pick one person to defend the Earth, you're picking Goku. He's always gonna win. So that's my
Maybe.
three.
I mean, even if he dies a couple times along the way. So.
Even if he dies, he's coming back.
Somehow, some way.
Um,
Exactly.
Keith.
Three would be Levi from Attack on Titan. He's a
Yes.
beast, bro. I love him. Um, I'm kind of sad that I remember you sending me a picture. It was like the next season is gonna be the last one.
Yeah, man.
I'm fucking heartbroken.
I
I
don't know how they're
I
gonna fit
think
all
that
that
if
Yeah,
they
I
shit in.
know.
take
I
the
don't know how they're
time
gonna
to
fit all
write
that in.
a tangible, cohesive, fucking good story, they could button that anime up and it be good from beginning to end and not soil it.
But go ahead, my fault. I'll talk after.
Um, That shit just
I'm
ruined my
sorry.
train of thought. So yeah,
You had three Levi.
three Levi. Uh, two would be All Might. I love All Might.
Damn, how
Um,
long it took you to watch that anime?
and uh, let's
Word.
not talk about that. And one would be Naruto.
Okay.
He's a little annoying, but he grows on you.
Yeah, Naruto, Shippuden Naruto, I could fuck
Mm.
with.
Yeah, definitely Shippuden. Not the. Not, we're not talking. We don't talk about that Naruto.
Yeah, pre
Why
Shippuden.
he was?
Yeah,
Yeah, like the sexy no jutsu.
Setsu Jutsu.
Tanjiro from Demon Slayer.
Oh, but they ain't watch. These two are
Mhm.
slacking,
Oh yeah, I
bro.
gotta watch Demon
We gotta
Slayer.
put them
Mhm.
on, JoJo's Demon Slayer, they slacking.
I forgot
JoJo,
about Demon
I'm
Slayer.
gonna say it. Watch the first episode, let it just pass, and then after that, it fucking you'll be hooked. I absolutely love it.
They have JoJo's on
Yeah.
First
Netflix, right?
first episode, you're gonna be
Should I
hooked.
watch
I'm
it on
telling you.
Netflix or should I just watch it on Crunchyroll?
If it's English, don't watch it. That's what I'm
I
saying.
think on Netflix is English, but I don't know how long it lasts in English for because I watched it in all in Jap.
Just Crunchyroll. But I was gonna say about Attack on Titan, how they like the first two seasons they stretched OD. I feel
Yeah, bro.
right.
Like from the first episode to like the second episode is like, what the fuck happened?
They stretched it OD. I never read the manga, but I feel like they stretched it OD. And I feel like there's so much more, and they're gonna squeeze that into one
They're gonna
season.
fuck it up, bro. They're gonna fuck it up.
That's what I'm saying. Like if they take their time with it, right, to make it a long lasting season, I think it'll be really good. And I think it'll be really good. But again, it has to be where it makes sense from beginning to end. From the last point that they
Cause
left off of course.
I don't even want to talk about the last point that they left off at because that shit blew my. That was a bad last
Mhm.
episode. It's like you don't even need to watch the last
Mhm.
episode.
Honorable mention is my boy. What's the commander's name? I forgot his name. In Attack on Titan.
Oh, with the blonde hair.
Yo, that's an
He's
honorable
a
mention
beast
right
too.
there. I forgot
And
his
my
name
man
though.
went
Oh
down.
yeah,
Like
bro.
he fucking
Bro, my
that's
man had
no
one
that's no
arm, still
Bro,
telling them to
I'm,
go
I'm
keep
sorry to say,
I
going.
fucking
I'm
love
sorry
him
to say, I
too,
should
bro.
have said this in yesterday's news today. Thank God we saw this episode. I'm sorry to say, he ain't no fucking rat. He ain't no rat bastard. He ain't snitching on nobody. Okay,
Oh,
homie came out of jail. I know you love him, Fats, but he ain't no rat bastard. You gotta watch this anime. Okay.
Commander Irwin.
My son Irwin, bro. He's a
My man
beast.
Irwin, bro. He's one arm, bro. He's half his fucking. Well, his arm is in the fucking Titan's mouth, and he's still saying to
Mhm.
keep going. That
Yeah,
shit was
Mhm.
fun.
Mhm.
you want to talk about a fucking? I don't know, bro. His character is beast.
With what you call it? With Attack on Titan, imagine having to be on your horse, right? Just riding, right? And you fucking see these motherfuckers coming at you, right? And the first thing you gotta do is figure out how to kill them. You start shooting your things towards them. It sticks onto them, and then they just be fucking spinning and doing all these sword dashes and shit. First off, the horse that I would have is fucking Rapidash, okay? You got Rapidash, fucking fire. Your crotch is on fire. You know what? Let's talk about that. How the fuck do you not get burned out by Rapidash's fire?
Bro, you had to see the episode, bro.
they got
They gotta
they
trust you,
gotta
bro.
trust you.
Come on now.
Because I'm over here thinking to myself, you riding this fucking horse, right? And he's like, or whatever they fucking say, you know? And your whole shit is on fuego. Um, what six Pokemons would you guys have if mine was real?
Oh, so this-
And mine's is real.
Mm-hmm. What would
You
you
have to
have?
pick six
What would you
Pokemon
have?
for the rest of your life.
I'll go first.
That's a
I
tough
love
one.
melodic, one of my favorite water types. Great defense, in my opinion. Um, Dragonite is definitely on that team. I love Dragonite. Um, I like who else I like? Oh, so many. Dragonite, melodic. Um, what's this fucking mon? From the new shit. I can't remember.
Don't tell me Dragonite's the one that you flying on with them little
Bro,
ass
that's the
wings.
fucking fastest dragon in the game. Next to what's his name?
Them
What's
baby ass wings.
no,
Salamence.
not Silence, the other one. The fucking Garchomp. Garchomp is the
I thought
Oh,
I
Salamence was
think
okay.
faster
Garchomp is
than
the
Garchomp.
fastest. Or if not, Dragapult probably beat it. But it would definitely
Yeah,
be
yeah.
Melodic, Dragonite. I just fucking had the mon from the new game. Shit. I really, really like it. But anyways, um Who you said Pepe?
Typing.
The typing.
Uh
No, what's the typing?
if I had the fucking thing I could remember. Anyways, let's go. Melodic Dragonite, Conkeldurr, one of my faves. Excadrill, um Mimikyu, I love Mimikyu, the way it just looks. And from the new game, uh I'll come back to me. I'll fucking remember. I'm gonna look it up right now because I can't remember.
Uh,
My
me.
okay.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. Nah, go ahead.
My six will have to be Blastoise, obviously the best Pokemon ever created.
Agreed.
Um,
Watch yourself.
Salamence, one of my favorite dragon types. T-Tar, uh, Arcanine, Metagross. That's five, right?
Said Blastoise, T-Tar, Metagross,
Arcanine.
Arcanine, and Salamence. Yeah,
And my last one will have to be. I'm gonna go with Dragonite just because that's. I remember playing Pokemon, and I'll always go for him every time. It didn't matter.
Mm.
you want to go fat?
Now you wanted to go. Go ahead.
So we agree on one Blastoise, because that's if I'm fucking that's gonna be the starter I pick, obviously, and then like if I gotta fucking surf anywhere, he's the one I'm picking. Um, who else? Nidoking.
Okay.
I'm like biased to Gen 1.
Yeah.
Um, who else? Gengar.
Never Gen
Um,
one.
what's the the electric bug, the spider,
Garvancha, yeah.
Garvantula.
Voltic. Oh,
Yeah, I
damn.
love him. That's what four. Um, the fossil, the dinosaur, the T Rex one. What's his name? Tyrannosaurus, something.
All right.
Yeah, that
Tyrantrum.
shit. And what would be another one? Uh, I'm trying to think of the Beartic, because we've been doing well.
We
The
were.
dojo we was doing that officially ended. I'm still champion by default. Um, he was like my MVP Beartic, so
The mon that I
those
couldn't
are my
remember was
six.
Grimmsnarl.
Oh, okay, okay.
The
Yeah, he's cool.
the
Oh,
fairy
okay.
dark typing.
Very dark, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's cool.
Oh, okay. My six would be
That
Charizard.
Oh shit, I
Watch
got no
yourself.
flying type in mind.
Charizard, Dragonite, Lapras, Luxray, Tyranitar. This always fucking gets me. Always the last, the sixth one. I give you five off the back, and it's always the last one that fucks me up. Um, it has to be either Lucario or
Yeah, I like both those
Metagross.
picks.
No,
Okay.
But one thing I
Okay.
want to mention
Has to
about
be one of them.
Mons, right? Mons are real, let's just say, in this real life world and shit, and we see them. We'd have to treat them like the ways we treat animals, fucking buying them food, picking up after their
Yeah.
fucking shit. Cause imagine cleaning a fuck. I feel bad for you guys with
Hmm.
fucking big ass Pokemons, Tyrantrum, picking up
Yeah,
a
fucking Blastoise shit.
How
a
big is
Tyranitar shit.
Blastoise?
you shit's rocks. Nah,
Oh, Tyranitar, yeah.
Blastoise is
That's
your
the
fucking height, Kev.
yeah, I know.
You gonna surf on
Hell yeah,
that?
Shit.
Nigga, you gonna
yeah,
sink.
he's 5'3".
Oh man,
that's dumb fun. I'm not 5'3", bro. I'm taller than him.
guys, if you the listeners out there, the people on YouTube, on all the other hosting services, if you guys can comment down below your six that you would have. You don't have to say why, just comment your six. But this time of the segment, when we get this late in the game, it's time for Chris's fast five.
Um, alright, so question one of the Fast Five. Is cereal soup? Why or why not?
Yes, it's cold soup because it has liquid things inside of it, and you eat it in a bowl with the spoon.
The fuck?
It's
No,
cereal.
it's
That's why
it's
it's
not
called
soup.
cereal.
Okay, why? Hello?
Soup is heated up. You never heat up cereal.
Oh.
You never
Oh.
ate soup that just sits there just to eat it soggy for the shits and giggles?
Yeah,
Hell no.
but
What
Wait, wait,
bullshit?
wait,
but
wait,
you
wait, 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 wait.
but you
You
heated it.
you
Don't
eat
don't.
you eat soggy soup, but not soggy cereal. That's what you're telling me.
Me or Fats?
You.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh my God! I'm Fast Five is
Wait, you
over.
don't like soggy cereal?
I love
That's what I
soggy
just said.
cereal.
That
That's
shit
the
is
point.
So
bro.
that's
But you
no,
don't
I'm
like
saying I
soggy
like it.
cereal.
That's what I'm saying. You don't just ever leave the bowl there to get soft.
Oh,
It,
I thought you didn't
no,
like
that's
soggy
hot.
cereal. I
It's
Then it
know.
meat.
gets hot.
It's
It gets
meat.
room temp, and then it's soup. There you go.
No, it's not heated up though. Soggy
That's
cereal is
fucking
fucking
funny.
disgusting, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
What's wrong with y'all?
Soggy cereal is the best. Anyway,
Wait,
what's the
Kev? What did you say?
uh
It's
uh?
not. It's not. It's not soup. It's
All
cereal.
right.
That's why it's called cereal.
What secret conspiracy would you like to start?
What do you mean by that?
It could be anything like fucking alien killed Abraham Lincoln. Uh,
Oh, I know one that
aliens aren't real; they just our
that there's
future
an actual
selves. I don't
sniper
know.
on top of 45 field when we play softball.
That's not a conspiracy.
That's
That's a
not.
true
Yeah, it's
fact.
real, bro. That's
That's a
Mine
true
is
known fact.
if you don't listen to our podcast, you will die in the next 24 hours.
Yo, imagine. And we wake up in the morning and fucking 130 followers are still alive, and us four. Oh, shit.
Have you got one?
um. My conspiracy theory would be that hand sanitizer is not real. It's just water.
Oh, that's I like that one. I like that one.
How you explain the smell?
It's a placebo.
What is something that everyone looks stupid doing?
These stupid ass TikTok dances.
You got something? You got something to say, Fat?
Well, you did one.
No.
I
I'm just
think
asking. You got something to
you
get off
ever
Oh,
your
seen
chest?
some
I'm fucking
you ever
tired of
take a
them.
picture of someone that's mid fucking eating and they have like a funny face? I think
Yeah, you did that to
that's
me
a
when
few
we went to go
people.
eat pizza. Fucking bastard.
Oh shit.
Uh, one thing would be walking down a really steep hill.
Oh, and they're like, "Oh, don't fall, don't fall."
Yeah.
Yes. Mine is it's cause it's based off a picture too. I think Kev would know. It's when someone comes up for air in a pool after being underwater.
Mm. Why
That's
Kev was
that
drowning?
looks kind of funny. Not his
Oh shit.
brother. And then
Oh,
I put the the I don't what is that fruit or whatever vegetable in the emojis, the purple
Eggplant.
shit. I
the
put the
egg.
Eggplant.
eggplant like going towards his mouth, so it was funny. Um, what part of a kids movie completely scarred you?
Of a kids movie.
Yeah,
Mufasa.
or it could be any
They
movie.
killed.
Let's
They
just widen
killed
it to any
Mufasa.
movie. Oh yeah, that's a good
They,
one.
they
That
killed
is
Mufasa.
Oh, was that movie Shark Boy and Lava Girl? Every time I hear that fucking dreams, 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 dream, and he starts fucking singing, I hate that shit.
Close your
Yeah, that I
eyes.
fucking hate that song.
How it goes?
uh
Close your eyes. Shut your mouth. Dream a dream. Get us
I'm
out.
mad that you know the fucking
Dream,
song,
dream, dream.
the lyrics.
N- Yo, Juju fucking killed that movie. Juju used to watch that movie 26 times a day. Right? Right, Cosita?
yeah. It's 'cause
Fucking
he's Shark
Juju.
Boy. He is Shark Boy.
Yeah, I believe so.
One thing that completely scarred me was the old Willy Wonka when they took the little girl and the Oompa Loompa started
Oh shit.
singing. Why they so happy?
Yeah, Oompa Loompas in general scarred me. They're weird.
Oh, by the way, Mufasa dying is the reason why I don't trust my brothers. Just letting you know.
Damn,
Damn.
That's crazy.
damn.
That's
What
deep.
could you be so
Um,
heartless?
all right, last. This is the last one, right?
Sure.
Toilet paper, over or under?
Mm.
Over.
Well, I take
Over.
mine out of the fucking thing and wrap that shit around my hands.
No, I'm
Uh,
saying when you
when
put it
you
in,
hang it,
yeah,
is
when you
it
hang
How is it set
put
up?
it
It gets
over
when I
or
do it, I
under?
just throw that shit in there. I don't give a fuck.
How is it set up for other people in your house?
I'm literally saying that like everybody just throws it in there. There's no preference.
Okay, he don't wipe his butt. All right, next.
I use
Huh?
man.
I might use
No, I'm
wipey.
playing. I'm
I
playing.
use
I'm
man
playing.
wipes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I use
Yeah,
wipey.
I
So
use those too, but if it's toilet paper, it's usually under. Cause over, you pull it and it like every
it
piece
keeps
comes
going.
Alright,
off.
so I got a
Yeah, like
confession to make. I think I'm the only man in the world that fucking wipes their dick too when they pee.
No.
no, you gotta clean it.
No, cause I've been made fun of that in the past. They asked me, "Are you gonna wipe your pussy too?"
How?
Like shaking it takes off maybe 40% of what's still there.
You gotta wipe your dick
Obviously,
when
yeah.
they go suck your dick. They fucking and taking
Cause
urine too.
one time when I went to a urinal, I
Speaking
would grab
of,
toilet
nah,
paper before I would go to the store, rip out the toilet paper or the napkin, and then pee and then throw the fucking thing in the urinal. So
nah, that's
Yeah.
being clean.
Oh,
I respect that.
I do that.
You throw the paper in the
yeah,
urinal.
I'm a heathen.
Yeah.
Wait,
You
oh
want to
nah, nah,
you
nah, nah.
want to see the
Now,
I've
world
I've
burn.
done
You
that.
choose
now,
those
now
people.
you want to see the world burn. Yeah, you that kind of guy.
Bro, I've seen somebody take a shit in the urinal before. I
Oh
kid you not.
no.
That's sick.
Yeah,
Oh
The
no.
stoves were taken. They was trying to take a shit in the urinal.
bro. I was
Nah.
watching The Office the other day, bro, and one of the characters, she was like, her son takes a shit in the top part of the toilet. He calls it an upper decker.
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
The fuck?
Yo, bro, I gotta watch The Office, bro.
I
I do.
tried. I couldn't.
Nah, I'm slacking. I
Nah,
gotta watch
I
that.
I
love that
sat I
show.
sat there like 5 episodes
Bro,
and
I
I couldn't
love
do
that
it.
show. I actually restarted it a couple of nights ago. I started watching this show called The Midnight Gospel, but it wasn't like I wasn't getting hooked onto it, and then I just defaulted to that shit.
Yeah, bro,
Hmm.
it's a great show to just leave in the background.
I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. I didn't find it funny.
That's how I felt. And then I kept watching it. It was like, bro, this is the funniest shit ever.
But that's 5 episodes.
All right, you
That's
got to
two
give it.
hours and a half.
It's like fucking 10 seasons, bro.
The first 5 episodes wasn't funny at all. I'm not gonna waste my time on more episodes. I'm
I'm
sorry.
telling you, bro.
I mean, we could
Tell you,
always
sorry.
argue about The Office next week.
Yeah.
next week,
Anyway, thank you
next week.
guys for listening and tuning in to our Fair Shake podcast. And congratulations to the winner for winning the gift card. Uh, share us, please. Add subscribers to our totals. Make the dream alive.
Yeah, suckers.